Hey, 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 Marieanne here, the Crochety Clogger. We're going to embrace our yarny nerdness within. Our yarny nerdness, whether it be crochet nerdness or knitting nerdness or blooming nerdness. Nerdness, nonetheless. Nerdness. Jaxie's here. And Mimi Cat Doo is here. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey. Trisha Mama Swift is here. Hey, sweetie. Jaxie's here. Mimi Cat Doo's here. Hey, Elaine. How's everybody doing? There's Gracie and Jan. Excuse me. My allergies have been giving me just a little bit of trouble this week, but it's all good. I've had to resign myself to taking allergy pill and nose spray every day, which I hate to do, but there's Granny D. Granny D. Honey pie, sweetie bunch. Sugar pie, honey bunch. You know that I love you. Oh, hello, Laura, Mad Mimi. Oh, sweet, you got it. Have you looked at it yet, Laura? Are you going to do a surprise opening? Mama Swift's just peachy. Peachy, peachy, peachy king. She's a peachy king. Somewhere I heard, Trisha, that you like, okay, so insofar as your favorite color, Trisha, is it sort of like peachy colors or watermelon-y colors? Red, Jack's red. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. I knew that. Somehow I did know that. Because I remember she likes red like Teresa does. Right. Right, Teresa. I don't know why I was putting peach color and for some reason in that. Red. Oh, Teresa, would you like, I have half of your necklace done. Would you like to see the half that I've done? Okay. Let me get it because it's kind of hard to understand. What? Can you see all of this string? Hold on. Ta-da! I think you can see it better like that. And there's your row counters right there. So I still have, the row counters and then the findings to put on. And I'll be done finally. Thank you, Brenda. I worked on my old macrame skills with knotting and stuff. And I was miscalculating length and everything. And gosh, I think I started 3 or 4 times over. But that's okay. That was one of the things I was going to talk about today. Well, let me catch up. Everybody's hey, Wanda. Oh, good, Teresa. I'm glad you like it. Hey, Bad Yarny Cat Bibliophile. I said hey to Gracie. And there's Linda Quilty. Oh, it won't be long now, Teresa. I did, though. I worked on it. I get so mad with myself when I have to, you kind of trying to design something as you go. And I've learned a lesson. I need to sketch things out, sketch it out and try to figure out the measurements as I'm doing that. Because just like in crochet or knit, you just have to frog it all out if it don't work out. But lessons learned. Well, thank you very much. Hey, Iris. How are you? Well, anywho, how many we got here? 17? How do those work on double and triple digits as far as like if you've got, Wanda, are you talking about the row counters? Hey, Tammy Twyford, Flower Crochet Creations. Okay, so if you've got like, okay, so this one has 12. So you would have to kind of keep up with, like, I've done 12 rows and then make a mark or something, because this one has 12. So you'd have to make a mark on your sketch pad or something once you've done 12, or if you have Sweet Teas is going to be a 30 row complete. It's 15 on each side. So if she had a repetitive thing like 60 rows, she would have to make a mark. Yes, I've done half of it, or whatever. So you would have to. When you frog it, you end up with a row counter in a bowl. Yeah. Cut and waste the blooming string. Oh, one more thing, Sweet Tea. This is a different cord. Okay, so I appreciate you letting me kind of play with it and experiment. I really do. But this cord, I got some new black cord because the black cord I had is old, but anyway, this is much thinner, so I double stranded it. So let me know how it works out. It seems like it's going to be okay. It's sliding. It's still sliding real good, even though it's double stranded. So anywho, let me know, okay? You forget to push the beads. Yeah, write the rows down. That's what I used to do too. Oh, hey, Handmade Designs. How are you? Hey, Judy. Crochet Every Day with Judy. Well, a lot has happened since last Thursday, hasn't it? Gosh, Crystal Bag of Day got up to 600 thou. Big celebration. That was fabulous. And what a wonderful tribute video that was. That Debbie, the Canadian crocheter, and all those content creators, and Rose Likes Crochet. That was just yesterday. And come to find out, I didn't even realize it. Noni May had a birthday yesterday. Everybody's having a birthday. Birthday. Hey, Gia. Yarn Nut. That Yarn Nut. Work and lurk. You go right ahead. Well, I am almost finished with my Granny's for Gramps lap blanket. Lapgan. Almost finished. Y'all want to see? The squares. I think I showed you the squares last time. and I still had to put them together, but I've done so. I'm going to show you this side of it first. Ta-da! It goes here. Hey, Brenda. There it is. Okay, Granny D, that's fine. Thank you. I'm not actually done with it yet, but I'll show you the rest of it in a second. I was, when I said I titled today, Embrace the Nerd Within, and what I meant by that was I thought I would share some things with you guys that have kind of helped me, things that I've learned kind of on my own. Teresa, whose pattern is that? It's C2C, but you didn't join as you went. No, I did not, Teresa. I did not join as I went. I did the C2C squares just like Terry at Yarn Joy Podcast taught in her tutorial. And then I didn't write it down. I found another tutorial that was actually a graph GAN, that a C2C graph GAN that had squares, and each little square had a graph in it. Okay. All right, Laura. Oh no, that's Betsy. Okay, Betsy. Thank you for coming. And it was like big blocks with little pictures in each one. And then she showed a really easy join. It was, I need to look it back up, but all it was a single crochet in the spaces and then chain 2, single crochet, chain 2, single crochet, chain 2. So it was pretty easy, and that's the same thing she did, around the border. Around the border of even the ends. But then she did just a plain old single crochet as a border, and I think she was going to do more single crochet. But then I kind of got in the playing mood, and let me turn this baby around. I looked up other borders, and I ended up going to Nastasia. Yes, you do have to keep working on that Phoenix now, Mima. And Laura. Get to work, girl. Anyway, yeah, so I looked up some other borders, and I ended up at Nastasia, and I did this. I hadn't finished it. I still have quite a bit to go. Oh, what was it she called it? Twisted shell border, I think. Team Laura, all the way. Guys, give me your opinion. What do you think of this type of shell border with this? Do you think, whoops, I didn't mean to go that far. Do you think it's too busy? Is it too busy? Elaine likes it. Thank you. Thank you, HD. Now, Mama, you like Mama Swift? You like it, Trisha? Okay, I was afraid it might be. Yeah. I was afraid it might be a little too busy, but then I actually even got to thinking, I wish I had another gray before I started that, because that needed a you do the 4 double crochets before you do the shells, and you go back and blah, blah, blah. But I didn't, so, okay, now tell me what you think of this. Tell me what you think of this. Putting that slip stitch in there just to break up that blue a little. And then it brings that gray into it a little more. Thank you, Gia. Teresa, what do you think of having that slip stitch in there to break it up and add a little more gray? You like just the blue, like this. Plain blue. Okay. All right. I didn't do that very far. I just kind of wanted to see what that makes it a little too busy. All right. So I can take that out. Well, thank you, Rosalie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So we take the gray out. Okay. Thanks, Betsy. And so I know that what I'm about to say is probably all of you are so much more experienced than me. I know. But in case there's anybody new here watching, or somebody, you're a renegade, you like the gray. I know, I kind of did too. You like the slip stitch in there. I kind of did too. I don't know. I'll just play with it. That's easy enough to take out, you know. It's just a slip stitch. If it don't look good. Maybe I'll do one side in it and there are two sides in it and the other side's not and see what I think. I don't know. That's why I'm so slow, because I play with stuff so much. I play with it and I play with it, and then it gets to where I get angry with myself. Okay, so I've never done squares of any sort. Well, I mean, I've done a couple of granny squares, but I've never actually put squares together. And so I made all the squares, right? And I had planned it out on a little piece of paper and charted it out, and that color, that color, that color. So I'd kind of get them, you know, making a little sense, you know. But anyway, then I got to thinking, well, especially these, do these two, especially the striped ones. I got to make sure they're running the same way. And then I got to looking at the stitch, and I'm like, whoa, we need to have them all run the same way. So I put me a little yarn marker in the upper, you're not seeing it that way, but the upper right-hand corner of each square, so I'd know exactly how to sew them together. Because at first I was just going to go, okay, let's start sewing together. And then I'm like, whoa, wait a minute. You know? Well, thank you, Brenda. But I was just kind of thinking, you know, if anybody needs that tip to kind of, you know, mark your squares in a place where they're consistently marked, and then you know, right, where to go. And y'all probably all know that already. And sometimes it takes failing just to learn for yourself. But if you know how to, if you have figured it out for yourself, it's always good to share your nerdiness, right? I just want to share my nerdiness. Okay, Doorbeth's border. You can go around in the blue in the front loop and then flip the blanket and do gray in the back loop. Ooh, how cool would that be? So slip stitch front one color and back another color. HD, I like the C2C now too. I really like it. I like it a lot. And I feel so weird because Lion Brand, I've got so much of this yarn I bought when it was on sale. And it just, I'm tired of it, and I'm trying to use it, but I'm tired of it. I got to go check Doorbeth's. I love C2C now too, Teresa. I have fallen in love with it. I really have. Linda says it goes with the direction of the border. You're talking about the slip stitching? Hey, Pink Kelly. Oh, I see. Uh-huh. Who should do a yarn swap? So now I can take these little yarny stitch markers out. But anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that in case that might help somebody out. Hey, Madonna, what's up? What's up? What's up? Boy, Madonna got some Happy Meal. Got some Happy Meal yesterday. That was so much fun to watch. So Gia said, no, that's not Gia. That's Rosalie. If anybody wants to yarn swap with Rosalie or stitch mark swap, hit me up in the email. Madonna is going to make everybody's wishes come true because she's got the apparatus to do it with now. When you wish upon a star. That was so cool. And a crown. Hey, did you figure out, Madonna, if that crown lights up for you? I thought maybe since you thought that was a battery pack in there, maybe it would light up. Yeah, she got her a beautiful star wand. That's right. Oh, wow. You'll have to wear it next YGN and light it up. Well, she is the queen, says Linda. She is. She should have that star wand. God, that reminds me. Somebody, who was it? Granny said, I can see Madonna cracking somebody on the top of the head with that wand. I'll never forget one time I was this was like 20 years ago. I don't know. Can y'all see that scar? Ugh, right there. Y'all see that scar? That came from a dance trophy falling off a bookcase and hitting the edge of the star, the point of the star on that trophy hit me right there. Man, did that hurt. And I didn't even think a thing about it. And it was an adult class, and there happened to be a man in that class. And all the ladies had left except for his wife, who was in the bathroom. And that's when that thing fell. And I said, oh, my gosh, that hurt. But I didn't think a thing about it. I thought, let's grin and bear it, you know. And the next thing I know, I see red dripping down my nose. And he had not said a thing. I mean, it seems to me like if somebody had an accident and you were a bystander, you'd say, oh, my, you're bleeding. He didn't say a thing. I thought, gosh. The crown does light up, Madonna said. I know. I thought that was kind of rude, too. I mean, if somebody was bleeding in front of you, wouldn't you say, oh, let's get a Kleenex and clean you up there? I mean, I looked at him. I said, why didn't you tell me I was bleeding? Sorry, y'all. One of the other things, I don't know about y'all, but I have to take breaks when I'm crocheting because I do feel pain in my hand as I'm going. If I've been going a long time. Your ugly scar, Granny D, right above and betwixt my eyeballs. But I'm sure that, yeah. And it's, a couple of inches to the left or right, it would have been one of my eyeballs. Does anybody, I mean, we all experience that a little bit, don't we? Our wrist and in here. So, and it's funny that last night in Sandy's live, we were talking about the mechanics kind of crochet, and she was talking about how going down, I can't remember if she says down would, if you angle your hook down in the stitch, it makes it a little tighter, and then angling up might make it a little looser. Now, I can't remember which way is what. I'd have to play with it and see. But let me see where I can go. Keep going. So I don't know if this is even going to work with y'all, this way. But we get close. Now this might not work for one who pencil holds, but I do the knife hold. Yeah, they do. And I was thinking the reason why our wrists hurt much of the time is because, okay, I'll be real deliberate and exaggerate this, is because we see what this is doing. We use our wrist, we use our wrist so much. You see what I mean? All that twisting with the wrist. So, y'all understand what I'm saying? So, rather than wrist, I can't even do it that way anymore. Wrist. And some of you probably know this. For those of us with arthritis in your fingers, this might not be a good option, but why not let the hook just kind of spin in your fingers? So our first thing for me to yarn over, and I let the hook do the yarning over, I do use my wrist with that, and a little bit when I go into the stitch. But from here on out, if you're doing why not see what my fingers are doing? Let the fingers do it. Does that make sense? Fingers. I don't know if y'all can see what I'm doing. Right? Madonna says her wrists don't ever get sore, but her thumbs and butt hurt sometimes. Well, then you know what? Rosalie, I can't wait to get the traveling furls hook then and try it and see. Linda, that's what you do. You kind of let the fingers do the work. Like just sort of letting it twist in your fingers. You roll. Is that what you're talking about, Jaxie? You roll with your fingers? Yeah. Elbows, but that's a good idea. Although sometimes when I support my elbow, then I find that I'm got my shoulder up in my ear. She got her thumbs up somewhere. Helps loosen your stitches. Yeah. Oh, by doing this a little bit more. Yeah. Yeah, and it's makes it feel so much easier or fluid now. Yeah, but it's a little nerdiness I thought we might talk about. I don't know. I kind of like investigating the way things work. No, there's no pain in dance either. You power through. That's right, Trisha. No pain in crochet, no pain in dance. So I'm almost done with this baby. I am happy. Happy. And I'm going to let that yarn just sort of go in timeout for a while. I'm sick of it. It's like everything I make with the yarn. Oh, it's the Granny's for Gramps lap gown. It's going to go to Bobby down the road from me because I think she works at a nursing facility, and so she's going to donate it for me. She's made one too. Yes. If you're working on heavy blankets. Yeah, when I work on blankets, I'm usually either on the bed and the bed's taking most of it, or on the couch. You're sick of that damn Phoenix. Phoenix, fly away. To support it. Yeah, to support the weight of it. Yes, Teresa, remember that time I told y'all about when I went to the grocery store and somebody said, hey, aren't you the Crochety Clogger? Remember what I told you? That's who it is, Bobby. Yeah, she's right down the road. We met at the grocery store parking lot, but we've done a couple little messages on Facebook, but that's her one complaint for today. Is that all, Laura? Makes me not want to do the Phoenix. I looked at those pictures on that website again late last night. I'm going to get something from there someday. Hey, there's 29 people here. Wow. Y'all, this has made my day. Tyrese, I remember seeing that in the Happy Meal video. It's heavy. Is it a four weight? Because it looked like those were those great big skeins, right, Madonna? Hey, Dana, Triple C and JoJo's in the house. I think I was in the shower, Rosalie, when yours was on last night. And it's heavy, huh? Well, is it thicker than most regular fours? Or have you been working with lighter weight yarns lately, maybe? It was a busy night last night. Now it's kind of making me rethink if Thursdays are really the time to do a live. No, not on the lighter weight, Madonna said. Okay. Yes, I saw it. Well, wait a minute, T, unless you did one this morning. I saw yesterday's video. Who'd I miss? Hey, Kay. Kay's Crochet Haven. And Scrap-a-Dap-a-Doo with CJ. Yes. Yeah, I saw you giggle. Made me giggle. And that's good when you can make somebody else giggle. Okay, so have y'all heard or seen? Gosh, my Teresa's necklace is getting in the way. All these strings out here. T brings a smile to everybody. Yes, she does. And that beautiful top hat. Okay. I'm trying to think of her name. Lil John's Yarn, our gadget, our lady with all the gadgets. I remember her talking about these things. And I had bought one probably 10 years ago, if not more. They've been around for quite some time. And I had bought, and that was when I was doing like computer work, constant computer work, and my both wrists were just killing me. And so I bought one of them, and I can't find it. So because when you move and you have to Dad died, and then my aunt moved back to Germany, and then Cliff's aunt died. So 3 households are in boxes, and I haven't gotten through all of them yet. But anyway, I can't find the one I had before, so pretty soon I'll have 2. But these things are pretty awesome if you do have wrist pain, because it'll give your arm a good workout, and it's pretty all at the same time. Hold on just a second. Okay, love you. Mr. C's going to check on Daddy. But anyway, have I missed anything? I think I messed that up. Let's try this again. You take the little string, and they supply 2 of them with it, and you stick it in the little hole. Yeah, that's what she said. And then you wind it in that track for 1 revolution. Like so. And you hold it there so that it doesn't get loose. And then you get a good grip on it with your hand. And then you pull the string. Yeah, that's what she said too. And then it makes all these pretty colors. As y'all are watching my batwing fly. But it does. It really works your forearm because of the grip that you've got to have on it. And now I'm going to stop twisting it with my wrist and watch. So it really has, it can't help but make you move. It really does a good job, I think. I feel it. So right now I'm feeling a lot in my forearm. And I think if you did it on a regular basis, it might even help with a little bit of that. But just like with your knees, if you keep the muscles around this painful area stronger, then this is all going to be helpful. So I try to do this at least once a day. It takes a little getting used to get it going. It took me about 4 or 5 tries, and I was like, geez, I can't get it to go, but eventually it does help. And it works. Eventually you get it. So, what's everybody working on? I think, well, now we know Laura's working on the Phoenix. It's, Linda, I actually like it. It's a good workout, and eventually really, it helped me many years ago when I had what I thought was carpal tunnel starting up, with computer work. Hagby does the same thing for me. She's got a nice new beer mug too. She can say it with pride. A wiggly trivet. I need to make another Christmas wiggly trivet. Or at least take that one that I messed up on and try to do something with it. Well, I've got one good one and one not so good one. So, do you guys agree that practice makes perfect, or that practice makes almost perfect? Linda's working on a pocket shawl. I need to make one for a good friend. That's what I say, Linda. Practice makes almost perfect, because I don't think any of us can ever claim to ever be perfect. All right. Ripple blanket. I know. Teresa did 4 wiggly trivets. I did a good one and a not so good one. On a dress. Ooh. Is it kind of going to be like that bodycon dress that Crystal did? Always room for improvement. That's exactly right, Betsy. I completely agree. We had these t-shirts made at the studio a few years ago that, well, I didn't have them made. My boss did. And, and she had on the back, it says practice makes almost perfect. And I'd never heard it put that way. And I was like, what? And she looked at me, she said, yeah, because we're never going to be perfect. You can always do better or get better at something. Oh, Laura, of course you're perfect with a capital P. Fuzzy robe with ice cakes, fluffy. Perfect with a capital P is Mad Mimi. So what else is up? Tell me something new. What have I got that's new? Oh, it didn't come in yet. Maybe I should wait till next week when it's here. She's the perfect Mad Mimi. She's the perfect orange liver. Orange liver. So, who all is doing the, excuse me, I'm sorry. Who all is doing the traveling sisterhood of the traveling Furls' hook. I'm so excited about that. Trisha is. What you jealous of Laura about? That she's perfect? Oh, she's got snow. She's got snow. Who else had snow today? Massachusetts? There you go. Minnesota had snow today. Yeah, that's what I was talking last night in Mimi Cat's live. Noni May came in and she loves the snow. And when I mean, of course, when we were all kids, for me especially, I love going out and playing in it. But now I can't stand to go out in it. Ugh. It's just wet and nasty. But it sure is pretty. It is pretty. It's the most beautiful time to be hunkered down at home. Wanna build a snowman? And you know what? Kelly, she says she prefers a long autumn. This year here in North Carolina, it really stuck out to me that we had the longest spring season than we've ever had. And that's one of the positive things about being shut down, in my opinion, because ordinarily with my work, I do not ever get to enjoy spring because that's the dance competition season and all the shows, and every weekend I'm gone somewhere and extra hours at work practicing. And so I said, well, let's look at the glass half full. And that's what it was. It was a wonderful springtime. It was a longer spring season and I got to enjoy it. Betsy loves snowmans. I did when I was a kid. I loved making snowmans when I was a kid. Snow cream. No, I haven't had snow cream in ages. I saw on television, I don't know, World's Funniest Animals or something. It's like funny videos with animals. And there was this huge snowman with, I don't know what he had for eyes, but he had a carrot for a nose and he had some kind of edible something for eyes. And a deer had come up and stood up on him and took his nose away and went off. And I thought it was so cute. 95. Oh, Trisha. And then another deer came up and took another eyeball. I don't know what the eyeballs were, but I don't know that fall is my favorite season. And it was kind of hard to answer those questions because, I mean, I do like the colors of the fall, but by my allergies, just give me hell, excuse my French. Ragweed just gives me a hard time in the fall. I like spring. I like winter. I mean, I like being holed up in the house, nice and warm and cozy and snuggy. And I love summer if I can be near the water. Not so keen on the cold. Yeah, it's gets on my nerves, and I really don't like to have to take allergy medicines every day, but I'm just gonna have to. And for me, it's like the congestion does not flow freely out of me, and I wish it would, because when it's bad, you can feel the tingling all in your face and your head from it moving around. And that hurts sometimes. That can hurt your head so bad. But I think I need to go see a ear, nose, throat specialist because the problem for me is my nasal passages just swell up. Then I just can't breathe. Now, I remember one time I went to the doctor because my head was killing me. I had that tingly stuff moving around. And I didn't know. I know I couldn't breathe, But I went to the doctor and he looked up my nose. He said, "Oh my, your nasal passages have swelled almost shut." And so he gave me a steroid shot. He said just to unswell them. So now I have to do an allergy pill every day and 2 squirts of stuff up my nose, which is awful. And I know, yeah, Kelly, and the thing is, when I was young, I don't ever remember having this kind of problem with allergies. I guess they can develop, can't they, as you get older? Ugh. Anyway, enough complaining, right? Oh, here was another nerdy thing that I thought I might share with you, and you probably already know. My eyesight is bad, and if, like, when I'm working on the row counters and the jewelry and stuff, and if it's something very fine that I have to see, I usually just take off my glasses and just practically stick it up my nose to see it. But I had the same problem with yarn needles, and darning needles and trying to thread them with the yarn. Just have a hard time with it. And especially, and I love these kind that have the, gosh, can y'all see that? That have that, and this one was my mama's, that have that curve in there. But even with a big eye like that, it's difficult for me to get the yarn through, depending on the weight of the yarn. But I found these on Amazon, and they were not easy to find. Do you guys know these? With the little, can y'all see the little hook there with it's like real thick fishing wire almost. And these are metal, They're not plastic, they're metal. But the cool thing about these is that when you are, let me get my blanket back out. Okay, like here's a super short end, right? So by using these, you can actually go ahead and start weaving just with the needle. Okay, and then we get to that point. Then you just stick that end of that thing right in there. Yep, that's what she said. Pull it through. So you can do that all the way, you know. But I like these so much better because I can see what I'm doing. Okay, Dee, I'll be there. You got to go get ready. Has anybody else ever used one of these? And usually when you buy them, is it a beater? I don't think so. It's too thick. I keep going the wrong way. It's too thick to be a beater. It's literally a darning needle, but it has the has that very large. There, now you can see it. That really large eye that's flexible. And it's flexible. So it goes right through your yarn with it. I love these things. And it works when you have really short tails too that you have to weave in. Amazon, I should probably, y'all want me to, okay, I'll tell you what I'll do, Dana. And they come in sets of 3 or 4 usually of different sizes. And I always use the smaller one. But yeah, they're very, they help me a lot. I'm trying to think of one thing that might not work with them. Because I've had to resort to using something other than that before, but I can't remember when. I like them. I'll see if I can find a link from Amazon and I'll put it down in the description box. Okay, Dana? Make myself a note to do that. At Joann's. Yeah, I've never really, couldn't find them at Hobby Lobby, and you ain't going to find them at Walmart, I don't think. Maybe wrong, but I don't know. Link Amazon. And I don't know what they're called. But, exactly, they may have a special name. Wool needles. Is that what they're called, Wanda? Wool needles. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I use too. Because I just can't thread a regular darning needle with, have a hard time doing it. And I think that's the only reason I don't mind weaving in my tails now with these needles. Let's see. We got to figure out who all's going over to D's in 5 minutes, or ever how long it be. 6 minutes. We need to figure out what kind of raid we are. Hey, Christy. What can we be? Let's be the Clogging Stampede instead of a raid. What do you think? We're the Clogging Stampedes. We're Clogger raid, Clogger Stampede. Okay. Clogger raid, Clogger Stampede. All right. Clogging raid. All right. Oh, yes. Jack says stampede. Okay, we're going to stampede. Ooh, that was wrong. I'm sorry. We're going to stampede, clogging stampede. Sweet. I'm just going to stay out here in my little shed shack and raid right on with you. Clogger stampede. I need a new trash can. What else is new? Oh, I know what's new. I have a new. Ooh. Wait. Oh, we got time. Okay, let's see. Fill in the blank. I'm going to take a poll. Fill in the blank. Hash blank. This is from what's that game show? Okay, we got hash browns. We got browns. We got tag, hashtag. 3 tags, 2 browns. Hag Premier Yarns. Ooh, look at there. Hash ish. I remember when this was doing, and I couldn't think it was on TV. Hash mark. That's one I hadn't heard either. All I could think of was hash browns. I would be a terrible contestant. In one of those shows. We got 3 tags, 2 browns, 1 sheesh, and 1 mark. All I could even think of was hash browns. It's all about food, right? Sheesh, there's 2 more sheeshes. 1 more sheesh. How about pipe? I didn't think of that either, but somebody on the show did. It out. Hash it out. Kelly beat you to it. Eesh. Sheesh. The sheesh. Eesh. I like that show. What's the name of that show? I know. Food. Me too. Hash browns. What is the name of that show? Hash-ish. Is that 3 hashish? Oh, she said it again. How much time we got? I guess we better call it an evening. But before we go, let me flip my page. Here's a good one. No, it wasn't Family Feud. It's the one where they have the 6 celebrities sitting with their drinks in hand and the 2 contestants, and they have to put their answers in the little thing. Dun, 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 dun. And they have the questions like match game. That's it. Why in the world could I not think of that? I love that show. Okay, this came up the other day too, because this is just how I want to end it out, y'all. I like to end it out with something positive. But it's very difficult not to have expectations, is it not? Super difficult not to have expectations. And it's something I think that we should all strive for not to. So our daily Poshmark quote is, expect nothing and appreciate everything. Right? We will expect nothing and appreciate everything. And that's all. Both of those sides are hard to do sometimes. So I'm glad everybody came. Thank you so much for coming. So let's go do a clogging stampede over there to the squirrel pad. All right? Thank y'all for coming, and I'll see you over at the squirrel pad. Y'all don't stampede too loudly. Might scare Miss D. See you at D's. Thank you all for coming. Bye.